Hello everyone, welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez and I am an Oracle intuitive, and this is my weekly Moonday reading. So I say weekly, I do try, or going forward from this point, I will be trying to go live on Mondays around 6 p.m. Eastern time, obviously all within reason of life and how things happen, but I will be trying to go live on Mondays again to bring back my weekly Moonday reading. So this reading is going to be a reading for all of those who find themselves here. Whether you are watching this live or whether you're watching this on the replay, there may be something within the message that comes forward today that you are in most need of hearing or receiving, or it may assist you in some way. As with all readings, take what resonates and leave what does not. So I do this utilizing my own intuitive abilities, as well as working with oracle cards or tarot cards or whatever it is that I feel guided to work with that particular week. So before we really get into doing anything here today, I am going to just give it a moment and allow people to see that I am live. And because I have gone live a few minutes earlier than what I said I was going to. So just wanted to make sure everything was good on the technical end. And also, this Moonday is going to come back with a little bit of a spin. So it's going to be slightly different. So every week, I will be offering in addition to the reading and collective card message, I'm going to also be adding in a activity or something that we can do that we can best utilize the energy. And I'll be doing that pulling from a very different deck to help us with that. So hey Bridget, welcome, beautiful. How are you? How have you been? I haven't seen you in forever. I hope that you're doing well, and let me know, how's the quality of sound for you? Oh, I miss you too. And also, just FYI, heads up, just want to remind you that you do have that beautiful unicorn flame at the shop. I don't know if you are able to pop in and get it anytime soon, but we are having a huge sale Saturday at Oracles of the Light in Easton, for those of you who are familiar with the area. The unicorn flame will be there. You can come get that from 11 to 2. And obviously we're there Wednesdays from 11 to 4, but I know that might be a little bit difficult. So just let me know. We are also, really quick, I'll do a plug, having a witch broom decorating workshop coming up. It is our last workshop in the shop before we do close on the 30th. So that is going to be on September 20th from 2 to 4 p.m. I believe. So if you have not already signed up, go over to Oracles of the Light page, click on the tab where our events are, or you can send me a message and I will get you the link for you to be able to sign up. So, oh, the numbers, Jen, welcome, gorgeous. Okay, Bridget, no worries. Just let us know. Like I said, we have that broom making workshop coming up on the 20th. I believe that's a Saturday as well. And if you can't get to that, we'll just make another arrangement. We'll figure it out some way. Just send us a message and let us know, okay? All right, so for everybody else, yes, those little quick plugs about what we have going on at Oracles, a huge shop sale on the 13th, Saturday the 13th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at our shop in Easton, as we are closing the shop at the end of the month, and a very magical, fun broom decorating workshop. And this will be on the 20th, Saturday, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And everybody will get a pretty decent size witch broom to pick, and these are all handmade. And you will be decorating them yourself, as well as we will be going over the history of brooms and what they represented in spiritual terms and what they benefit from having them in your home. Also, you will get we'll do a little blessing, a broom blessing ritual there together for you to really consecrate your broom. All right, so if you're interested, that is on our page, Oracles of the Light, under the events tab. Check that out or send me a message. I will get you more details on that if you need it. All right. Hello, beautiful Annie. Welcome and thank you for being here. So happy that you are here. I do keep getting a message about a slow connection, so I'm not sure what's going on, but just bear with me and be patient. So Moonday is back. I do hope to be able to do it every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. But again, as life happens, I will be here within reason as often as I can, bringing a little bit of life back to Magical Me, still offering my readings through Magical Me. So you are always able to reach out to me and book a one-on-one reading with me through Zoom or through a video recording. Just around the corner, everybody, I will be announcing the opening of bookings for my year ahead readings. I do hope to be doing that in October, so stay tuned for that. Just want to kind of get through all the transitioning of what we've got going on at Oracles so that I can really fully focus back on that before I jump into them. But I did want to get a head start this year, so 2026 year ahead readings will be coming soon. So stay tuned for that for those of you who enjoy them and book them every year. All right. So with that said, Moonday back with a little bit of a revamp. So I will be pulling the weekly message the same as I always have in past, but I will be trying to keep it a little bit more fun and playful every single week with bringing something in addition. So I might be doing some giveaway for readings for like a little private one-on-one reading for you, just kind of with anybody who is streaming in live and commenting. So if you like to participate in those, it helps to comment instead of just watching in silence. So I know some of you like to do that, but if you comment, it will allow me to connect with your energy and just pull from a random person commenting or even play a little bit of a game. So this week, I won't be doing that. I will probably be doing it next week. But this week, and hopefully I'll be able to do it every week, I want to be able to give us another bonus message from a new card deck that I got that helps us to work with whatever energy is going on. So we'll get that message and then a special message of some sort of activity or ritual or something that we can do to assist in what might be going on energetically for the week. All right. So these are not individual personalized readings that I'm doing here today, though I do book them privately. If you are interested in doing so, you can contact me for my fees. And again, we can do that through Zoom or through a pre-recorded video reading. Also doing readings in the shop with Karen at Oracles every Wednesday in Easton, Pennsylvania from 11 to 4, but reach out to us to book those to assure we can get you in for the rest of September only. Okay. Hi, Jillian. Hello, Robin. Thank you so much for being here, beautiful souls. It's so good to be back and to be able to connect with all of you. And so like I said, with Moonday, I'll be doing something different all the time. All right. So with that said, the energy these last 2 weeks and very specifically this weekend, right? I don't want to go too much into it because I have a feeling it'll probably come up somewhere in the reading. So I'll wait for that. But just for, if you don't know what is going on in the wide world cosmos right now, it is the full blood moon, total lunar eclipse. If that's not enough, tomorrow is the 999 portal. Nines are incredibly significant. Any portal number like that, when we have the alignments of like a 9-9 or an 8-8 or specifically 999, anything by the power of 3 is super potent. So I don't want to go too much into that right now because I'm going to probably talk about it in the reading. It's going to come up. It has to come up. You know why? It's too big not to. All right. So just going to bring in a little bit of white sage for everybody. And it's obviously you're not in person with me. So it is just the energetic blessing and cleansing of our spaces as we connect today to be open to receiving the divine messages and insight that come forward for all of those who feel drawn to receive. All right. Hey, John. Welcome, beautiful. All right. Yeah, so pretty intense. So the magic has already been working from that lunar eclipse. So tricky. Lunar eclipse is full moon. Solar eclipse is new moon. We just had that full moon, blood moon, all about sacrifice, letting go, releasing as our nines. Talk a little bit more about it. Before we get into it, just want to all of that, I just want to go ahead and call forward the highest wisdom, guidance, and insight for all of us as a collective and those who are meant to receive it today for the week of September 8th, 2025. And I have decided to work with the Less Vampires Oracle deck by Lucy Cavendish. All right, what do we all need to know? Okay, all right. Bursting it. Oh my God. Whew. Talk about heavy. It's a heavy one. Ooh, okay. Let me just connect. All right, so the card is prey. All right, like literally like a hunter, like being like a predator, prey, right? So being the prey. And it says stalked, invaded, watched. Oh God, that's just way to like hit us with it, Spirit. So the card is a 31, which numerically would be a 4. All right. So that to me speaks and suggests of our foundation that is currently in the midst of being built. 4s are all about your structure, your stability, and what you've built your life on. And to me, it's not as much as like, for real, you're being legitimately stalked and not trying to induce any fear here and have everybody looking around their shoulders. However, be mindful of anything that's just not for you, right? What I'm actually picking up from that message, though, is more so of like haunted is the word that I heard, not prey or stalked. Haunted. I feel like it's about being haunted by those experiences that maybe did not go as planned, whether it be with relationships, whether it be with finances, whether it be with friendships or ventures, like business ventures and so on and so forth. I feel like this is about us going to this space. It's like coming back up almost, and it's like in our visual or forefront of our mind at some point, and it's triggering these emotions. And I will tell you, very interestingly, I had a situation happen today. I was going through my phone to clear out, like it was telling me that I had too much in my storage. Oh shit, sorry. This is a message right here. Listen to this, all right? I'm just now getting this. There was a message that came up and it was like, your storage is full. What are we being haunted by? We've got to let it go, right? Because we're going to get into that 999 now. Hi, Cherie. Welcome, gorgeous. I just pulled the card. It is prey, stalked, invaded, watched. But the word that I actually heard for this message is haunted. All right, so don't go into any panic or fear there. But it's haunted. It's what we're being haunted by, some old things that are coming up. So today I got a message on my phone that said that my storage was getting full. Things that we're holding on to, right? What is in our phones? Videos, pictures, memories, right? And what there was actually was a video that I had accidentally hit. I accidentally hit the video. I must have hit a video, and it was like a really weird, like it was almost like the phone was kind of like in my pocket, and it was like it actually had picked up a conversation that had been happening, and it was a conversation that had been happening between me and my late husband, and this was years ago, and it was just so crazy that it's coming back around. But it was something in that conversation, one, just to be able to hear his voice again, right? That in itself was like heart shattering. But also it was a conversation about something that, like, without going into details, just, you know, something I wish we always like dealt with or addressed or, you know, what have you. And so it's one of those things that when I heard it, it triggered so many different emotions, whether, you know, it triggered like the joy of hearing him again and his laughter and like the conversation. And then it triggered like the pain of his loss and the pain of the situation that we never really got to do. We never really got to deal with or address. And, you know, those things can be very haunting, right? Replaying what went wrong, what could have been different, right? This is the message that I'm receiving for all of us this week. And it is so relevant because I keep saying lunar eclipse that happened on that full blood moon. Blood moons are a time of sacrifice. They're a time of alchemizing. And most likely it's going to be alchemizing wounding, pain, or challenging situations that don't serve your growth for you to turn them into something that can be a point, a place of wisdom, of learning, and a jump off to move into this new direction. This is a time with this eclipse. Now, all eclipses bring about abrupt, sudden endings or changes that are unpredictable, like you didn't even see it coming. It can bring up a whole lot of emotional stirring up of things that should have maybe been like buried or should have been closed already, but they clearly weren't in order for them to come back around. Now, considering it was in the sign of Pisces, Pisces is a deeply emotional, sensitive, receptive, and spiritual sign. And it's also sometimes wants to escape reality and go up into more of like the illusory realms, if you will. And kind of, so when Pisces energy is with an eclipse like that, it really does talk about a lot of like illusions and glass or mirrors being shattered to expose the real authentic truth, or what needs to kind of be cleansed, cleared, shattered in order for the raw, authentic path to be revealed. For us to really fully void all karmic and soul contracts that just don't align with what our soul is meant to do now going forward. It's served its purpose, and it's important for you to ask what purpose that is. Because the quicker you get to that point, the quicker it clicks into place and everything starts to shift forward from that point, and you begin to attract into your awareness those situations of like the what not, obviously the what you learned from it. And once you are aware of it, it's like you're able to actually shift beyond those experiences. So 999 gateway, what does that mean? So that's tomorrow. We'll feel this energy all this week. In fact, we've been feeling this energy probably the last week or so, along with the energy of that full moon. It is 9, obviously, the month of September. Then we have the day is the 9. And then we have 2025, which breaks down numerically to be the year of a 9. 9s do represent endings and closings. And it's important for those endings and closings to happen because it is also our key to leveling up. So what needs to end also is what helps us begin, if that makes sense. So when you have it by the power of 3, it's like pushing it forward, pushing it like fast forward through. And 3 is also the number of creation, as well as a circle coming complete, of something coming full circle. So yes, you may be coming back around to old experiences and things that are again presenting within your awareness, because you're now being able to see clearly or clearer through any misconceptions, illusions, or deception that may have been surrounding this particular situation, and really kind of come in. That might be a very cold, hard truth to swallow, but we needed to be able to see it, to be able to fully understand and release it, because this is our power now. This is what is going to give us the power to transcend beyond these experiences. And number 9, again, is about higher wisdom, higher energy also. And it is about transcendence, as is Pisces, which is what this full moon lunar eclipse was in. So we are ready to transcend into a more authentic path for ourselves. So recognizing what it is that has been coming up, that is haunting you, that has been haunting, and making your peace and allowing it to be let go. Blood moons are also a time of sacrifice. So it's going to ask you, in order for you to step fully into your divine role, your divine plan, or to remember to receive your divine worth back to you, what is it that needs to be sacrificed that isn't worthy of you, right? What is no longer working? Emotions, thoughts, beliefs, peoples, jobs, relationships, whatever that might be. It may be many of them. Like I said, eclipses are big stuff. And when you got a 999 on top of it, it's showing you that this is all going to be so massively life-altering, but essentially transforming. Okay, so with that said, I hope that you all could hear me okay. I just, I haven't seen any comments, so I want to make sure everything is good. I just kept getting that slow connection message, so let me know if all was well or if it was freezing. I hope it didn't. I hope this message still goes through. So with that said, I am going to move on to what else is coming forward to support us, what we can do, what is to help support us this week, energetically or magically. And I am working with the Witch Tools Magical Oracle cards. Oh, it's backwards for all of you, but thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. All right, so asking for divine insight and help as to what we can do, what tools are coming forward for us that we can most benefit from this week of September 8th, 2025. Ha! Woo! All right. Here we go. We've got Sleep Potion. Rest deeply. Let tranquility guide you into restful slumber. Okay. It's a beautiful card. So does that mean that you're meant to take some sleeping pills? No. No. But it is going to say that what I'm hearing from this is allowing yourself to, like, when we fully surrender to something, we do allow ourselves to, when we allow ourselves to rest, and we allow ourselves to, like, surrender all of the, think about what we do to ourselves with the thoughts and that, the going back and over in our minds again and again, like we self-sabotage more than anybody else could ever do to us. So think about what happens when you just give it a rest. Drink of that magic tonic of, this is not my story anymore. Let me let go and allow myself to instead shift my focus to what is meant for me. What is coming to me that is in higher alignment with me at this time. So the sleeping potion also could be to really pay attention to your dreams. Now, Pisces is ruled by Neptune. So Neptune is the planet of dreams. And I will tell you that my dreams specifically this week have been incredibly intense. And now speaking about things that can haunt us, it's my late husband has been in my dreams, I would say at least 3 times in the last week, having conversations with me about essential things that needed to be said. So it's very interesting how it's bringing back these old things. Like, our dreams are also helping us. We are potentially receiving we're always receiving divine communication in our dreams, but sometimes that divine communication can be in the form of a shadow, or what we call a nightmare, night terror. But that's just showing you with even more importance about something you're letting have rule over you unconsciously that really needs to be faced and dealt with. And sometimes our dream state is where we can deal with those, and we don't realize that we are actually working in our dreams, right? So, and sometimes we are astrally traveling in those dreams and doing very essential work, and really where our higher selves are communicating something to us. So this week, one thing that I'm also going to tell you to do as an activity is to set the intention before bed to ask your higher self, get yourself a journal, and I want you to not only ask it in your head or ask it out loud, I want you to take it from your mind and put it into the physical. So get a dream journal. Stick it by your bed. When you sit in bed tonight, take that journal and write down at the top, and the date, write down, I ask my higher self to show me what needs to be shown, to show me the way forward, to whatever your question is, or what needs to be released, or how I can release it. Or you can just give it freedom and say, I ask my higher self to show me whatever it is that I need, that I am in most need of knowing for my forward movement. And then leave that open, put it next to your bed. And if you wake up in the middle of the night, if you wake up in the morning, whatever it is, even if it's one word, even if it's one image that you remember, write it down. Write it down. This takes practice. It doesn't always happen overnight, guys. So keep doing it consistently every night this week and watch what you begin to receive or what you begin to remember. And if you've been already having these dreams, write them down. Think about them. Start to dissect them in the same way Spirit speaks through symbolism. So it's so important to reflect on every single thing that's being shown, even if it's the silliest of stuff that makes no sense. Like I'm driving a car backwards on the left lane. What does that make sense? Left makes sense. It's important. Break it down. Driving a car makes sense. It's a vehicle. Break it down. It's taking you somewhere. Why are you going backwards? Break it down. See what I'm saying? Like I did earlier with the message on my phone about my storage is full. I need to let some stuff go, right? Some of the past. So very much a great activity for us to do. Also, the message there about rest. Give it a rest. Let yourself rest. You don't have to do anything. This could be a week with all of the intensity that has been stirred up and kicked up over the last weekend to just, especially with that 9/9 coming tomorrow, just step back and just let yourself rest. Give yourself some peace. Another thing that came up really quickly to add to that, now that I'm saying this, I'm reflecting on over, I would say, the last week, both myself and my boyfriend have actually experienced instances where had an agenda to do something, and not one, not two, but 3, 4, 5 things that needed to get done at some point in time could not get done. For whatever reason, it was interrupted. Just couldn't even maybe focus to get up and, do what needed to be done to get things moving along. Would get stopped, something would break. For whatever reason, it was and I even said, wow, this really is divine intervention from the universe. It feels like we're not supposed to do anything today. We're not supposed to do this. Yes, you have your own plan and you have your own agenda, but you know nothing about what your higher self's agenda is. And sometimes we have to recognize the signs to take a step back and say, all right, taking my hands off. Go ahead. It's what is that when everybody's in the hospital? In the hospital, I watch probably way too much Grey's Anatomy at some point. When you're in the hospital and they are getting ready to shock some life back into someone, everybody's hands, they say, everybody hands off, right? You just got to let go and let it work its magic. So rest this week. All right, everybody. So thank you all so much. I think we are all dumbstruck, Jillian. I just seen that comment. I was like, what's going on? Tell me this thing did not record. That was so funny. Cherie says, and says, wow, just taking it all in. Wow. Everybody's silent. That's so funny. All right. Resonates, feeling that energy and the need to release. And you know what? Part of that release, part of that rest could also be going and just doing something just for yourself that has nothing to do with any agenda, has nothing to do with any, having a productive day. Just do something for you, whatever that is. I always say, when in doubt, dance it out. So, all right, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. Like I said, I will be back next week, I hope, with them setting that intention, 6 p.m. Eastern time with our Moonday message again for next week. Once again, always available for private and personalized readings. So reach out to me if you are interested. All right, everybody, take care and have a blessed week.